This is episode 18. Sell more e-commerce products by following these 5 SEO quick fixes. Welcome to the Calm Marketer Podcast. My name is Kenneth Fong, a digital marketer on a mission to help businesses thrive. I'll bring you on my marketing journey where you'll get to learn from my experiences as an INFP navigating an extroverted world and get actionable marketing tips for your business. Thanks for spending some time with me today. Now let's begin. I wanted to talk about e-commerce SEO today. I've been reading some articles on Search Engine Journal that gave me some ideas about some ways to improve your e-commerce SEO. And there's about 5 that I want to touch on today. And I think even if you don't have an e-commerce site, these 5 recommendations can apply in more or less all cases for other types of websites, including lead gen websites. So here they are. These are the 5 quick fixes for your e-commerce website. And considering it's holiday season right now, definitely focus on these 5 things you could do. So the first one is focusing on your navigation. Everyone starts on the main navigation to find what they are looking for. I've seen a lot of sites that have this huge mega menu navigation that fills the entire page with every single category and subcategory possible. Now, they might be thinking, okay, less clicks to whatever product they're looking for might be better, but less clicks is not always better. You want to make sure that it's quick for people to find their product versus there's less clicks to find their product. So if you have, 30 links on a navigation, it would take a long time for a customer to find that one link to that particular product. But if you have a faceted navigation that links to, the main categories, to the subcategories, and then to maybe the sub or to the product pages, that would give a little bit more direction for the customer to follow versus just spewing every single product out there on one mega navigation. So really streamline your navigation and give them a direction, right? So link to the products that you actually want to sell. So if it's a particular product that is really profitable for you guys or is really important for you guys, you want to make sure that it's really easily found in the main navigation. So, get the products that you want to sell in the navigation in a very, very clear way. Make it really easy for them to find that particular product. And think about what pages need the most link juice to rank the most, right? So in terms of quote unquote link juice, that's basically, in a nutshell, what that basically means is the overall authority that Google gives to a particular page when they follow a particular link to that page. So Google crawls pages by links, right? Just like how users, they go to different pages by clicking on links. That's how the Google crawlers do that as well. So the more links to a particular page, the more opportunity to give it more authority and weight to rank higher in Google. So you want to make sure that you're not linking to every single product page from the main navigation. You only want to link to the main products, the main category pages that you want to get the most authority to rank on Google. So make sure that you are only linking to the most important product pages in your main navigation. If you want some inspiration, look at Amazon. I think they do a pretty good job in structuring their categories in a clear way. So take a look at that at Amazon and other sites some of your competitors, see how they do their navigation, and try to follow them. So the second tip is using a schema on your site. So this really helps give Google some additional insight into your business entity and the products that you sell. So the two schema that I recommend is organizational schema and product schema. So organizational schema is helpful because it gives Google an understanding of who you are as a company. It tells them your business name, your location, things like that. That will really inform Google about what your site is and what your company is. And product schema, this one is really important because it will allow Google to understand the price, the ratings, the in-stock status, and other details about your product that it can actually display in the search engine. So when there is a chance, you can display, rating data, product data, pricing data, and in-stock data just through the product schema. So organizational schema and product schema will really help improve the appearance of how you appear in the search engine. So that's really important. And if you have a WordPress site, it's really easy to incorporate schema by setting up that function in certain SEO plugins. You could do it manually as well if you don't have a WordPress CMS. But if you have something like Magento or another CMS like that, there might be other ways to do it through there. But there is the manual way as well. So you might need to work with your developer if you want to go the manual route and how large your site is. And the third tip is product titles. So I know title tags are really important, but in many cases, a lot of like WooCommerce and other e-commerce themes and CMSs, they might have a set title tag structure that it follows for every single product page. So it might be set up where the name of the product is displayed, and then after that, it might be the different colors or the different sizes, and then maybe some additional keywords after that. And then at the end, there's the brand or the company website name. So you want to make sure that you set up your product titles that really explain or tell what the page is actually about. So try to make it cleaner. Don't add and stuff every single product detail into the title tag, like every single color that you have or every size that you have, because it doesn't really help the user at all, right? So make sure your titles are very clear and reflect the product that you are selling, not necessarily the features of the product, but the actual product you're selling. If you do that, you'll have improved click-through rate. So, it'll be better, cleaner, and more easily read. So those types of titles get a higher click-through if they're very clean, clear, and easily digestible in the search engine. The other benefit of improving your product titles is improved rankings. So if you chop out the less or irrelevant verbiage, that'll increase the overall relevance of the actual title, to what the page is actually about. So chop out the irrelevant keywords in there. And so if you want to really focus on your product titles, I would, focus on the most important products first and then work your way from there. And the fourth tip is featured snippets. So featured snippets are what show up on the very, very top of Google that help answer a particular query. So it could be, what are such and such products, or what is this product, or features of this product or types of this product. So any answer that is very succinct, that answers the searcher's query. This is a really, really great way to get an instant boost in traffic. It's not easy to get a featured snippet, but if you do it the right way, you have a chance of getting into that featured snippet. So what I would recommend is go to your Google Search Console and filter by impressions and top queries, and look at the queries where you are in position 4 to 10, and go to Google and search for those queries and see if there are featured snippets, and look at the answer, analyze your competitor that's showing up for that featured snippet, and figure out how you can create a better featured snippet. Okay, so see what someone else is holding for the featured snippet and produce a better answer that's clearly structured within 250 to 300 words. Try to answer that question better than your competitor. And the last SEO tip would be to focus on, this one is different. This does not relate to your actual site, but it relates to Google My Business. So Google My Business has a products section. So when you log into your Google My Business page, on the left-hand side, there's a products section that will allow you to add products that you sell. So this is actually one of the fastest areas to complete and needs little to no technical skill. So, you don't necessarily need to work with a developer. You could do this yourself, and you can add products on there with an image, product name, price, description, and a link to your product page. So just pick the products that you want to promote and, start adding them in there. So when someone searches for your business name, your Google My Business profile will show up on the right, and your products will be listed right there almost instantly. So you can manipulate, or not manipulate, but you can tailor the search result page according to how you want it very easily by adding products in your Google My Business products section. So those are the top 5 SEO quick fixes for your e-commerce site. I think for the most part, this can be relevant for lead gen sites and maybe SaaS products as well. But I think in terms of, the current time period we are in the year, I think these are really helpful if you want to have a really good holiday season, profitable holiday season. Focus on these in terms of maybe, navigation links, schema. Those might be, you might need a developer depending on how your site is structured and how your organization is structured. If you have a site that has 10,000 plus pages, you definitely might need a developer to work with you to incorporate schema, the product schema specifically correctly, or to update the navigational links correctly. So, but if you have a smaller site, maybe a couple hundred or less than 100 products, all of these top 5 SEO tips would be fairly easy to implement. And with that said, I will see you on the next episode.